Today we're going to be looking at a wonderful solo excerpt from the great Clifford Brown, one of my favorite musicians. Let's learn a little something. I'll give you some homework, and let's bask in the glow of this amazing recording and playing here. So first of all, this is from the album called Brown and Roach Incorporated, 1954. Check out the lineup on this album. You got Clifford, Max Roach on drums, Harold Land on tenor saxophone, Richie Powell on piano, and George Morrow on bass. And we're going to be looking at the first 16 bars of Clifford's solo on Stompin at the Savoy. Savoy? Sure, you'll let me know in the comments. All right, step number 1, close your eyes, block out everything else in your life, and let's listen to this excerpt a couple of times before we do anything with it. All right, one more time. Keep those eyes closed. Keep that concentration going. All right, so just a word before we dive into this. I would listen to that dozens more times before I tried to do anything with it. And in fact, I have listened to that solo probably hundreds of times. But for the sake of hanging out here on YouTube, we're going to try to make it fun and interesting by diving right into the transcription of it that I've prepared for you. But that listening step, anything you're going to gain out of this comes from being very, very familiar with it with these first. So just keep that in mind. And if you truly want to get something out of this, you're going to listen to that a lot after you're done watching this video. Okay, so let's throw it on screen and we're going to listen to it a couple times and just watch it go by. Nothing else. Don't think about how you can use this yet. Don't think about what's going on. Just watch it go by and observe it. Look at the shapes of his phrases. Check out the rhythms, but don't start to synthesize it yet. Just enjoy it for what it is. Now this is in concert pitch. All right, one more time, just watch it go by. Okay, so now comes the fun part. We've listened to it. We've listened to it while watching it go by. Now, the next step in the process, I think, is one that most people skip, and it is the single thing they could do to get better so much faster, and that is to sing it. Now, when it comes to singing, there's a little bit of a hierarchy in my mind. There's sort of 3 things that we have to concern ourselves with when we're singing. There's the thing that most people are the worst at and the most scared of if they're instrumentalists, which is the pitches. There's the rhythm. Then there's perhaps the most important, which is the syllabic delivery of what we hear. So making our singing sound as close to Clifford Brown playing the trumpet as we possibly can. And it can seem like an impossible mountain to climb to get all 3 of those things happening, especially if you're scared of singing or hate it or whatever. But the only thing standing between where you are right now and the ability to do that and seeing the benefits from that is to do it every day, to make sure that you're singing along with a recording each and every day. So I'll put myself on the spot. I'm going to try to sing along, and if you want to do it with me, dive right in. Probably going to sound terrible. That is okay. This is complicated. Put yourself out there and sing along with me right now. Here we go. All right, so I'm sure I missed a bunch of pitches. That's totally fine. I'm not a great singer at all. I also have a major advantage. I already have spent a lot of time with this recording. I've listened to it so many times, and in fact, I transcribed it. So obviously, I'm going to be ahead of you. If that was horrible on your end of things, generally what you need is to listen to it a lot more. And also, do not be afraid to slow it down. Look at this. I've got the play speed settings right here. It can make it so much less intimidating if you slow that thing down. Let's try it at 50% together. Do-da, ba-ba-ba-do-ya-do-da, All right, so that did a couple of things. First of all, it made it less intimidating. And second of all, it pointed out a bunch of inaccuracies in my singing. Both of those things are amazing because now I feel like I can actually approach it. And secondly, I know where I can go and say, wow, I'm missing a lot of pitches in that section. So I'm missing some stuff down here. So now what I can do is I can actually just loop that part and make sure that I'm getting my pitches down. Like I was missing this note right here, this concert F. So now I'm able to isolate, it's nice and slow, and then I could practice singing along with that stuff. Now this is a website called SoundSlice, and I'm gonna start using this for all of my students. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video where I'm gonna show you how to get a link to this. And here you can do everything that I'm doing, looping, slowing down. You can even transpose it into the key of your instrument. So if you play a B-flat instrument, very easy to change the notation without changing the pitch of the recording. So you can actually play it on your tenor saxophone or trumpet or alto sax or whatever you play. So take this work very, very seriously if you want to make really, really rapid progress in your ability to play this music convincingly. All right, so let's say that I can sing the whole thing perfectly. Now what I want to do is grab my instrument, but now it's not time to leave the singing behind. Oh no. What I want to do is I want to start doing 3 things in a row over and over and over and over again. Listen, sing, play. So I'm going to let these 16 bars go by listening, play it again and sing, hit play again and play. And I'm going to do that a whole bunch of times until it's sounding really, really good. Okay, and at that point, I think now I'm ready to start looking for some cool stuff in here and actually analyzing what's going on and maybe stealing some vocabulary, kind of anything I want to do. Let's finish up with that. So among so many things in this little snippet that I love, I think the thing that stands out the most to me and the thing I think would benefit my playing the most would be to recognize and imitate the way that Clifford Brown uses enclosures. We know they're a really, really awesome bebop device. He's a master of them, and I see so many of them in this little snippet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom in on this measure right here because I think there's a lot of really, really cool stuff going on here. So the first thing that I see is I see an enclosure of this F, and I think about it as a 4-note enclosure: A flat, G flat, E flat, E, F. 2 notes from above, 2 notes from below, target note. Then he jumps down to the root of that chord. But then I see another enclosure: 1 note above, 1 note below, target note, the root of D flat major 7. Something I notice in my own playing, a lot of the time when I resolve to the root, it's not very hip, but I think you would agree that Clifford pretty much has that handled. So that's a really, really valuable thing to go, oh, well, maybe a really cool way to make it hip is to enclose it. Maybe that could be a good way to start to deal with landing on the root, resolving to the root. What does it sound like? So I think I would probably take that piece of vocabulary and maybe learn it in some different keys, maybe come up with some of my own enclosure ideas based off of that with 4-note and 2-note enclosures. That's going to give me a ton of work. But the most important thing that we have done here today, we didn't get to the point of analyzing what was actually going on with this, giving it a name, 4-note and 2-note enclosures, until we listened to it a whole bunch of times, learned to sing it, and then learned to play it before we did any analysis. That, I think, is the key, and what you need to think about is possibly going wrong in your process. My goal on this channel and with the materials will be to facilitate that. Listen, sing, play, then unpack philosophy. Now, there's a whole bunch of other stuff in this snippet that's really, really valuable. I was drawn toward the enclosures. You might be drawn to something completely different. So do what you will with this. And no matter what you choose to focus in on, you'll get a lot out of it because you already can hear it and you've proven that by singing it. So how do you get your hands on this link so you can go and use all the interactive features? Well, we have a lot of people supporting us with a small monthly donation to keep this channel going. And those people will get the link to this, along with PDFs and different keys of this and other practice tools. And this site is so great. Got the play speed setting built right in. You can loop. Remember how I said you could transpose it? It's as easy as a click of a button. Come over here on the side, you click on transposition, you click on only transpose the notation, you go right up to E flat, boom. Now all my trumpet and tenor saxophone players can be playing this. Oh, do you play alto saxophone? No problem. Just come down here and transpose it down by 3 half steps and you've got it. Oh, you want to hide the chords so that you're not paying attention to the relationship between, because you can't turn off that analytical part of your brain? Just hide them. Oh, you want to sing this melody without actually looking at it? Just hide the notation. This thing is absolutely awesome. So I'm going to leave a link in the description. Click on that link. You come over, you join my online jazz education platform, Jazz Skool. That is totally free. And then once you're in, you'll see a post on how to sign up to become a supporting member. My goal is to provide you with all these materials so that you can start practicing right away, but it is your job to not skip the important parts of the process. And that's the other beautiful thing about Jazz Skool is I can constantly remind you that you can't skip the listening or the singing. You're only hurting yourself. All right, I'm really looking forward to diving into some more Clifford Brown material with you this month. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, thanks for hanging, everybody. We'll see you soon.